Came in hot.
I hate puppies. If you or someone you know needs help,
Good podcast.
I feel threatened.
You've been drinking the water at Camp Lejeune?
Oh, that was my cue. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and hopefully helping you figure out what beer you should or shouldn't be drinking this weekend. Sorry, I got a little distracted. That a 55 Chevy 210 came across. That wagon is dope. Threw me for a loop. I can't watch. Meekum Auto Auctions will actually distract me more than football.
That's why I'm glad my back's to it.
This is like...
I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever.
We
one
did...
week.
No,
a week and almost two, because the last episode was on a Monday.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
it's been like
a
10
week and a
days.
half.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Or no, it was a Sunday. Last one was a Sunday, I think. Before the weather.
God, that's right.
And that snow's still on the ground.
Dude, my whole driveway and all my shit's icy.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Crazy.
I didn't get ahead of that enough. And then once it's ice, you're kind of...
Locked in.
You can't do much with it.
I mean, you could have thrown salt everywhere. That shit's a mess, though.
I don't like throwing salt.
Especially having old cars. You don't want to add to that.
That's precisely my issue is I actually haven't taken the old cars out of the driveway because I'm like, just stay there.
Wait till a good rain comes, washes the roads back off.
And then I'll bring them back out.
Yeah.
But some of those, especially the old truck, like that thing's known for rust.
Oh, I mean, it comes standard.
Pretty much. And
Off the showroom floor.
I don't want to put
See that
so
spot
much on
right by the tire well?
I was getting
Real
clowned.
nice.
I showed up to the ski trip and everyone was like, what the fuck are you doing? Because my truck was shiny. Like it was clear. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, because I've been driving it around. I wanted to wash it off before abusing it again.
Yeah.
And then I'll wash it again.
Yeah.
Like just to get the undercarriage clean because those frames,
Yeah,
shit rusts. I don't like rust.
for real.
Ah.
How was your trip there? Y'all went on Dave went on his first ever ski trip with you guys.
Yeah.
Did you end up filling out the house or did you have some empty spots?
No, we had some empty spots. Plumber showed up, filled the last one. At the last minute. That's my guy. That guy is.
Said he wasn't going to be there. Showed up anyway.
Showed up at the last, hadn't seen the plumber. He wasn't there Thursday night, Friday night. We go out on a brewery tour, and the last brewery we walk in, he's just standing there. He's like, "Good to see you, boys." I was over the moon excited. Of course, I would have been excited to see a turtle or a deer. I was
You were
a squirrel.
You were in a good way, huh?
Yeah, I was in love, and I was angry. I don't
Oh.
know what was going on. I seemed to be having a lot of manic.
I don't remember that.
I was going to say, can you speak on this?
In fact, I was very impressed. One night after drinking all day, we went to Blue Mountain, and this dude is slurring and stumbling. He's like, "I want a big pizza with 2 different ingredients on either side," and he eats one slice, and he's like, "Oh, I don't feel good."
I didn't feel good.
And so he was like, "I think I might have to go outside," and then we left there, went back to the house, which was it was literally next door.
Yeah.
And he was slurring. He was. You were a little angry at me on some comments that I made.
Apparently, I was angry at a lot of people.
But then, a half hour later, he just snapped out of it.
Bang, yeah.
And he was like, hey, how's everyone doing? Where have I been?
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
The dude maintains
What is
I've
this?
never seen anybody maintain like Brendan. It's crazy.
But he didn't maintain. He regressed to sobriety.
Yeah, but usually
I don't know about that.
usually once you make that slurred turn, it's over. There's no coming back.
Well, there's the boot and rally, but there was no boot in this.
That's a young man's game. I don't think many old people our age boot and rally anymore.
No, I started drinking water. When I
Yeah.
realized, when people start saying things to me like, "Hey man, you are shit-faced," I take that as a sign that maybe I'm shit-faced.
But most people are
That's a sign.
That's my first indication.
It's a subtle hint.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are at that level don't even hear that. You know what I'm saying? It's Charlie Brown's teacher. When you're slurring, usually
Yeah.
you're not willing to listen to anyone's input. Not you. I'm saying the
Yeah.
average drunk doesn't.
I'm fairly aware because it embarrasses me when I hear that.
Yeah.
And I think it's that embarrassment gene.
The shame.
Kicks in and goes, huh. Oh, well, why are you being the drunk asshole? That's the dude you should be laughing at. So, like, I think that hits me, and then I go, okay, water.
Yeah.
And then eventually I can usually find my way out of it, and then it's like, beer.
What was the anger about?
I don't know. I don't know that I was angry at anything, but someone should.
Are you menopausal?
Maybe.
Hormones all over the
or
place?
perimenopause.
Yeah.
You know, maybe early
onset.
Early onset menopause. Yeah. I wish I thought it would take a while because I haven't even had my period yet.
Wow.
But now I think
But it's
might have been-
2025.
That's what I'm saying. It might have been early
Yeah.
onset all along.
Dave, what did you say? Do you remember what you had said to upset him?
I don't think I'm allowed to talk about it.
Nice.
Was it the fuck, marry, kill situation?
Yeah.
I did not recall that.
Well, can I tell the previous part of that?
It's in my drunken, addled mind. I thought I had an angle. I thought I had an out.
Oh, okay.
It's not my favorite topic. I had forgotten about it, actually.
About the game or the rules or
No, the game was
The entire existence.
Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody had decided to videotape certain bits of this, which I think is unacceptable.
That's dude, whoever did that, you're not welcome.
I don't even know about that.
I do. The videos were shared with me
Oh, you didn't share them with me?
to show I'm not happy about any of what I saw. That's how I know I was angry. It never occurred to me that
Yeah.
I had been angry about anything. And then
Did the video set you into anger? Was that the catalyst?
I was back home.
Uh-huh.
I was sitting on my couch.
So someone videotaped our conversation, your very animated end of our conversation?
That's what I saw.
Nice.
So it was a conversation that I don't. Well, when I saw it, I remember.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
like I
yeah.
was blacked out. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
something I chose to not remember.
Yeah. And you definitely didn't want to share it with people.
No, why would I?
Yeah.
Why would I share? And now this fucktard brings it up.
Yeah.
This fucking Simeon Crease just crawls out of the woodwork,
I'm down.
brings it up, and I get it. But yeah, it was an unfortunate I don't know. I don't even want to fucking tell the story. If you want to tell the story, tell the story. But this is not my story to tell. I'm out.
I'll just do it quick. Somebody was talking about someone's sister being like mid-tier, which is pretty disrespectful. And then
That wouldn't have been me.
no, and then no, it wasn't you. We got brought into this conversation.
Okay.
It was a side conversation, and Brennan was standing up for this person's sister, and then I don't know how I inserted myself, but I started standing up for
I
Brennan.
could just see Dave coming in like the
Just a-
anarchist, like, let me see how I could
yeah.
keep this going.
If this dude had not been there, he would have been in the Palisades starting a fire because this anarchist is a piece of
Oh,
shit.
you mean me with this Cuban cigar? I had nothing to do with
this
this.
can of gas? No, I don't know what's going on.
Now, in my defense, I did bring a sealed half-gallon of bourbon, and there was a lot gone after the first night.
I think you brought two.
No, I don't remember that. But anyway, so
I do also see you taking up for Brendan in this situation, which I love.
He didn't really know.
I pivoted mid defense. I think I said something like,
He's Brick Tamlin during the fight.
Yeah.
Brick, why are you over there? Get back over here. Oh,
just to preface, I didn't even know Brennan had a sister. I don't know how old she is, what she looks like. I don't know anything
I've known
about
Brendan for 15 years, and I think I've met her twice.
it. Well,
And I might have doubled that number. Like, it might be once.
his sister came up, and I was kind of complimenting Brendan. I was like, well, she's a Kennedy. She's got to at least be a 7.5. And he was like, what the fuck did you say? I'm like, what? Somebody said so-and-so sister's a 5. I'm giving her a 7.5.
Yeah.
And he's like, my sister's at least an 8. And
It's not how I wanted it to go. You know, it's not.
no. That's not what happened. You were defending your sister, and I was like, well, what would you rate her? If I gave 7.5 and
I
that's
remember-
inadequate,
and
what would you rate her? And
I
he's like,
remember
she's
being-
at least an 8. And everyone's like, no, Brandon wants a fucking sister.
It all went very sideways very quickly for me because this was that night that I had been out over my skis. I'd been to like 6 breweries at that point.
Nice.
And now I'm back at the place. And this is somewhere around the water moments where I'm like,
Yeah, you had not quite regressed to sobriety. And he was like, "You tricked me! Everybody, you tricked me!"
like, I thought I was standing up and I stepped in it instead.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. And so,
Was that part on the video where you're like, "I can't believe I fell for that"?
no, which is, I'm glad to hear that I at least acknowledged that I had been tricked. But I thought I was saying the right thing. And then the whole room turned on me.
I can't imagine, like, I have a sister, and if someone complimented her on, if they gave her a 9, I would say okay, and if they gave her a 4, I would say okay, because that's your opinion, and I'm not going to argue in her defense.
Yeah, I should have. That would have been no. That is the logical move.
Even if I thought she was an 8, I'd be like, all right, if you think she's a 4, okay. Like, well,
but I was
I'm
very
not going to sell you on how hot you should find my sister.
which is a whole other angle that I had not considered. Like, why would I? Then they're gonna be like, oh, pics, you know? Like, I didn't.
But I was always. My sister is 2 years younger than me, and all my friends wanted to hook up with her. So that was a battle I was always fighting.
So unfortunately, I think I was falling into that trap where now I'm pointing at dudes and I'm like, your sister's fucking hot. Your sister's fucking hot. I was like, why are we talking about my sister?
While he's drinking water.
And I'm like, I'd fuck his sister.
Wives
so
and wives think we like talk about other, like they don't even know the dumb arguments that we get into and talk about.
How's Bobby's divorce going?
Those
it never even fucking came up.
Yeah.
But you were with him for 3 days.
Yeah.
We didn't bring it up.
You guys are out skeezing on girls at the bars. Like, no, we're talking about whose sister's attractive. Like, that's what we're arguing about. I love all those memes where the woman's pissed off in bed and the husband's like rolled over and she's always like, I bet he's thinking about, other women. And he's like, I wonder what game's coming out on Xbox. Like, it's always something.
Yeah, it's always bullshit. It's like, I wish I had a bowl of ramen. Yeah. It's like, oh, you're not. So I got tricked. Obviously, I can't believe this came. You're a fucking douche.
You got, so, as someone said, you got lawyered.
Yeah. So now
Isn't it true, Mr. Kennedy?
So now I'm backed into a corner.
I can't wait till she's in town next time.
Yeah, I got backed into a corner. I ended up choosing a hill I shouldn't have been on to fight in the beginning, and now I'm like, as my only defense, trying to defend myself by saying, no, of course I don't want to bang my sister. I want to bang his sister, which is also a bad a bad defense. So now I'm getting ridiculed the other way. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
And then so everyone who brings it up, I'm like, I've met your sister. Don't you fucking talk. So then I think it was Dave was like we should play Fuck, Marry, Kill. And brings up
Just starts naming sisters.
my sister,
Just his sister.
and then two other sisters.
Now it doesn't know any of these people.
I have no idea. I just met those guys.
Yeah, he just met all the guys.
He's just lobbing hand grenades in.
Yeah,
Like,
he's pointing at the plumber like, all right, your sister, he said he finds attractive. So all right, now you got to do this. And then your sister, and then his own sister. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, how do I get out of this? Which also,
And you had this idea, and I could see the light bulb go off. You're like, I've got these guys.
yeah, I thought I'd found my way out
no.
of the foxhole. I thought I'd figured it out. I thought I'd finally turned it.
yeah.
So I defiantly said I would fuck this dude's sister. Clearly to his face.
Yeah.
Like, I would bang your sister. And then I pointed to the other dude and I was like, I'd kill your sister and I'd marry my sister. And everybody
and he's like, how about that?
Yeah,
and we're
like I just
you gotta consummate that marriage. And he's like, oh no,
no, I don't. And my logic was the only way to protect my sister
Was to marry her.
is to just marry her.
Yeah.
Not do anything. But I'd have to kill this dude's sister, bang this dude's sister,
Yeah.
and then just marry my sister and keep her safe, untouched.
Yeah.
Like in a box. That was my logic.
Brendan's the defendant in court who's like, I definitely didn't kill that guy because I was over here raping this other person.
Yeah,
Like,
it all went sideways. So then in my defense, what I thought was a brilliant defense where I could protect my sister and be the hero, really got spun out of control. And then I was in an even worse corner. And I think that's actually probably where I started to be like, I really need to start focusing more. And I think that's what helped me come out of my haze. So soon after that, it was just, just intellectual conversations involving no sex and no murder and no marriage.
and no sisters.
And no sisters at all.
But picture this, Troy. Everyone is sitting on sofas and love seats and bar stools except for Brendan in the middle of everything, standing up going, I would marry my sister.
Yeah, I can see that.
It was not my best moment.
That's awesome.
But I don't understand why you brought this up.
Troy asked how the ski trip went.
That's not the ski trip. That is literally a shitty moment in time that I had totally forgotten about till someone sends me a video and goes, look at this. And I'm like, wait, why would I say that? Like, the obvious answer is, I'm not going to play your stupid game, Dave. Why would I play this Why would I play this hypothetical game
where I lose in all of them?
I lose in all scenarios.
Yeah.
Now I've got one dude mad at me for killing his sister, another dude mad at me for banging his sister, and I'm this weird dude who married his sister. It didn't work it didn't go the way I wanted.
I hope she listens.
I hope she doesn't. I should have just looked Dave in the eyes and said, objection, hearsay.
Yeah, it would have worked.
Did y'all do any boarding and skiing? Anything fun like that?
Yes, Troy. That's a question. That's the kind of thing you bring up, Dave. You don't come right out the gate 1 minute into the episode and go, I heard Brendan.
Brendan's really fond of his sister.
It's not. It didn't go the way I wanted.
So was the weather conducive? Because we got all the snow. Nice.
Yes, it was very, very cold.
Was the whole mountain open?
Whole mountain was open. I
Nice.
haven't seen some of those slopes open in a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was nice to get out there.
Your
It was
wrist
nice to
guards
do
go
it.
well?
Dude, wrist guards are busted.
Oh.
Didn't know that. I did wear them regardless. I
Yeah.
kind of rigged them up.
They
Never-
were both broken?
No, one of them. It's
Yeah.
like one of them aged 50 years, and
It's
one
like
of
all
them's
dry and cracked
pristine.
and everything? That's
Well,
weird.
one of them had a bunch of lotion on it that protected
Actually, no, it's not, because this is the left hand that worked. The right hand was fucked up. So maybe the lotion is actually corrosive.
No, I think it's what the lotion was used to get out.
it. He'd marry his right hand and fuck his left hand.
Chop it off.
I'm going to kill my right hand.
But no one got injured?
That's a pointed question. One, though, that I actually now feel obligated to speak on. Now that you say that, because it's something that I wouldn't have discussed on account of, I care for people.
That's what this
Obviously,
is
that's
about.
what the argument was
fuck
about.
me. Let's not do this. Okay, picture this. It's a beautiful, icy cold day.
At the Special Olympics.
There's snow all over the mountain. All is well. Dave's out there. We got a crew,
Was Dave's a skier? Were the other skiers in the crew or just snowboarders?
All snowboards.
Yeah, actually,
Except for Dave.
The crew that went out.
And
was,
Dave's the new guy.
Yeah. And we do that first run, like everyone. And Dave, when was the last time you went skiing?
Like 50 pounds ago.
How many years? What's that translate to in years?
4 or 5.
Good God, dude, that's a race. It's a marathon, man. It's not a sprint. But that's cool. I understand that. I've done 25 in a year, so actually, yeah, it's all good.
Math checks out.
It actually works. Well, way to pace yourself, then, I should say. But after the very first run, we all dropped in, we got ready, and when
Where'd you start? Well, you start the lodge and then you go down to.
well, he had to rent stuff, so we actually have a top secret spot where we jump right on the slopes. It's like you already have your lift ticket.
You on the blue side? On the.
Yes, and so Dave had to come find us.
Yeah.
So he did a run down a green, I guess, to get to.
To the cut through over to the intermediate side.
And then we caught up with him very soon thereafter, and I was like, all right, well, how's it feel? You got your legs under you. You feeling good? And he's like, no. No, I'm not.
It didn't feel. It wasn't like riding a bike.
Actually, I think it was like this. No, it's not good.
Yeah. He was.
You were winded.
Dude. He was tired.
It was like, I think literally I was doing 150 body weight squats down the mountain, and that's a lot of body weight.
Just skiing? I thought skiing.
Not the way he does it.
Oh, okay. I mean, gravity does most of the work.
He looks like a spring. He just bounces up and down the whole way. No, so like he really was. He was like, no, I'm like really tired. And I was like having an honest conversation with him. I was like, you feeling good? You doing that? And he's like, no, I really don't. He's like, my body is exhausted.
I did stay up till 3:30 in the morning and finished half of a half gallon.
Well, that's the other side of it. Like the way we train is way different than the way most people train for this stuff. Like we really, in fact, here's an odd. The night before we went, I was the first person.
Yeah, that was insane.
It was 1:30 in the morning. I was shit faced. We're standing around.
I think it was like 12:15.
I know. Well, by the time I got to bed, it was like 1:30.
Yeah, you disappeared at 12:15.
I had to go upstairs and I like started working on the boards and like doing stuff and like I just had to like stop. I was like, we got a big day in the morning. We're trying to get out there early. Not only was I the first person, I was the first person up. Another thing that never happens. I'm standing downstairs like, where are all these people? We all said we're gonna be up at this time. So I'm like making coffee, hanging out. It was like wild. Dave did rally. I think he was the last person up that went. He did get up though.
But I was in your caravan.
Yeah. He he did it.
He was with the group.
But like you said, he was like, I'm exhausted. I don't feel like I'm in shape for this. He's like, I think I'm too big for this. I think it was a comment he had made. He was like, I just don't think that the extra weight is working for me here.
The balance was all askew.
Everything was wrong.
Yeah.
But I had not fallen.
No, you were powering through. So we did a couple runs, and then we do this one run. And you're a little slower than us because you're really trying to not.
No, I'm really trying to catch my breath.
I thought you were just trying not to wreck.
No, it was like, oh my gosh, I could just take a break right now. After 45 seconds, I'm like, I need a break. But they're waiting for me at the bottom because I see them tearing off. Yeah. And I'm like, gotta catch up.
What's the skill set of all the boarders?
Excellent.
Yeah, pretty good.
Like really good.
Yeah, we're all pretty good. So
I was shockingly impressed.
Oh, thanks. I wish you would have held on to that, that kind of like that purview of like us as humans.
Hey, I've already paid you 3 compliments on this podcast.
You started with. Never. I want to hear it, but so it had gotten to the point where like the other guys were kind of like just leaving Dave.
Yeah,
and so I was staying behind to ride with him.
You in the Special Olympics, I think they're called buddies. You were his buddy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I was doing the buddy pass thing.
Yeah.
So like they would like,
but y'all weren't tethered.
No, thank you. But so,
I had a helmet on.
Yeah, too. But so I was waiting for the next couple of runs. I like waited at the bottom and rode up with him, and
we never got that separated.
No,
we rode on consecutive chairs.
You weren't that far behind.
Yeah. But you said that they were tearing off, but
it was your words.
No, you did. You said they were pulling off. Like,
they
were getting ahead of y'all.
Yeah, because you can't get 5 on this lift anyway. So like we were already having to break up. So like they would go ahead, and I would just kind of wait behind. And then when he'd get there, we'd go up and go. It was really a non-issue.
Yeah.
So fast forward a couple runs, and I'm doing my standard wait at the bottom, and they're like, peace. They're getting on the lift, and they're like up near the front about to get on the lift. And then I'm like, here he comes, and I can see the guys up there. They're like, there's Dave. We're good to go. And he's coming down the slopes, and like I look back over at the guys, and I look back just in time to see the fucking impact. I mean, dude, he broke this fall with his face beautifully.
Oh, snap.
That's true. I don't even know where my hands went.
I know where
you were protecting them, it sounds like.
I don't know.
This dude hits, you see a ski explode off
a yard sale. Those are the best.
Just one ski.
Just one ski. The other ski was perfectly wedged into the ground, twisting his body, not allowing it to roll or something.
Yeah.
But he did manage to slide just down the hill, depressed. Just that look.
Was that the bottom of the blue slope?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But right down there, like
in the flats?
Right before the flats, that last little decline.
Yep.
So everyone could watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it kind of the line kind of backs up and curves towards that area.
Yep.
And you got like 3 different slopes coming in. This is where they're all together. So
Yep.
the traffic is pretty substantial.
Yeah.
Now you've got a dead man
Corpse.
just laying there. And there's no way to describe it outside of he did not pop up.
Well, I was
quickly.
taking a self-evaluation.
Yeah.
Like fingers, check. Toes, check.
Yeah.
It was bad enough that these guys who clearly don't care all turned around and left the line to come out.
Oh, snap.
And they're on snowboards, so they're having to like shuffle.
Yeah, that's
it's like
so
this slow
awkward.
ass shuffle. They
Snowboarders
slow
look so cool in the act, and then as soon as they get to the
Oh, you're
till you're stopped and you got to unclip that one, and you're just like, never walked before.
that's when the skiers look the coolest.
Yeah.
They're like,
They're just
I'll just
like-
go in front of you.
I'm here. Like,
Yeah.
snowboarders like, eat shit, pick
Yeah.
myself back up.
Yeah, even some of the best you'll see just fall in that moment. Or getting off the lift.
Yeah.
We eat shit all the time.
Oh yeah.
It's just kind of, and you hop up as quickly as you can
Yeah.
because you know there's people dumping
There's
behind you.
2 pointy skis coming right up your ass if you don't move.
Dude, this motherfucker hits. Bam. And like I said, everyone just starts crawling out of the line like, oh boy, we gotta go save our boy. So they all crawl out. And I see Dave get up and he pulls his glasses off, like his like sunglasses.
Nectars.
And when he pulls, nice. And how'd they fare in the fall?
Perfect.
That's right.
Only the best.
Drop ITPH in the coupon code at nectarsunglasses.com. You'll get 20% off a pair of glasses that can take an absolute face plant in the ice and snow and come out looking way better than the dude wearing them.
Yeah.
He takes them off, and when he pulls them off,
Snow.
you see like a pound of snow just whoosh. So he must not have been able to see a damn thing before that. It just caked in there.
Oh no, he's laying there. I'm blind.
Yeah. And then he had to go. My favorite was the walk of shame because
to get the ski.
to go back up.
Yeah.
To
It's
get
like 5 feet.
it took 30 minutes.
Because I was like, am I broken?
Yeah.
When I hit the ground, what my ears heard was, oh!
Like knock the breath out of you.
Yeah, like I made sounds that I didn't know I could make.
This
You
weird
feel alive.
guttural.
You feel alive that you can do it. Yeah, it was. Ugh.
I've never gone on a. I think I've gone on a ski trip with y'all, but I didn't snowboard or ski because the previous ski trip I've been on with another group of guys. I got trucked by that kid. I've told the story.
Yeah.
But the same thing happened, like where I just laid there and I was like doing the self eval, like let me walk down my body. Okay, I can feel my feet.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I can
Move
feel my
toes,
fingers. Yeah,
move my
I can wiggle
fingers.
them. Okay,
Okay, bend
like
stuff.
let me just move my back a little. Okay, that's still intact. Like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a scary feeling.
It's a shitty moment in time, especially because your head is ringing, your ears are ringing. The whole thing is.
And I was probably in my early to mid 30s when that happened. Like,
I will say, if it had happened out of sight of the chairlift, I would have laid there another minute and a half.
yeah,
'Cause I was
believe-
also like couldn't
Yeah,
catch
yeah,
my
yeah.
breath from exhaustion and getting
the
the
ski
wind
patrol come
knocked
over.
out of me.
That's when you know it's
No,
bad.
I mean this whole from face plant to grabbing my ski was probably 45 seconds, but it felt like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So then, did you get back up and did you piece yourself back together and take another run?
Hell yeah, he did. This dude's a trooper.
Nice.
Well, before that run, like on the chairlift with you, I was like, man, I don't know if I can do too many more of these.
Yeah.
And then I ate shit, walked over. Everyone's like, hey, buddy. Are you
good?
You okay? Yeah. Is your knee okay? Look, that ski did weird things. I'm like, I'm fine. But I'm like, I've got one more run left in me, and I was scared.
Yeah.
By that point, I'm like, I don't know.
And that's the run to get back over.
Well, I was gonna say at that point you're at the bottom of that hill, so
Yeah.
you got to go up to
You're
get
going
off.
up. You're going up. The only accident I saw worse than that was the kid who got tangled on the chairlift,
oh no.
and it got just high up enough, and then like the tangle, he couldn't get out. And he just ate shit, and he fell face first. That one was awesome.
So, were there any residual effects to this fall? Like, did you feel it the next day? Or you? I mean, you had to have, right?
Yeah, I felt like I strained my shoulders.
Yeah.
Probably when my arms are doing what I don't remember. what they're doing.
When they were flailing around.
And I felt a little tiny tweak in the lower back, like
Yeah.
when you would bend over a certain way.
Yeah.
Yep, don't do that yet. The next day, I didn't feel it that day.
You look. You handled it pretty well.
Did you ski more than one day?
No,
Yeah.
fuck no.
Yeah.
He did join us on that brewery tour the next day.
Nice. How many days did y'all go boarding?
One.
Just one?
One. Yeah, after watching what Dave did. We just didn't have it in us.
Well, I mean, aren't lift tickets like $200 now or something?
They were 20 bucks that day.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was their
Was it packed out?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
If I had paid $80 for lift tickets, I would have stayed out there, scared to death, tired, in pain, and kept going just on principal dollars per run.
Yeah. No, it was their
But
50th,
at $19,
it was their 50th anniversary, so they literally that day was.
But
the
that was like a
50th
Thursday or something, right?
This was a Friday. But it was the 50th anniversary of the
Y'all
day
didn't
they
go
opened.
on Thursday?
We didn't get there in time.
Oh, I thought you
didn't
went
get there in
Wednesday
time.
night. Y'all went up Thursday.
Some dudes got out there, but I didn't get there in time.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, they're just insane.
That's why we need to get up early.
Yeah.
Get up there for first tracks. That did not happen, but we got up there early.
How long were the lines? Like, how long were you waiting?
It wasn't. They honestly didn't get too bad. It didn't get too bad. Like by the time Seeley and I were drinking beers on the tailgate, a couple other guys were still going. That's when the line started filling up, and they managed to pull another
What'd y'all
45
get?
minutes.
3-4 hours?
Probably, yeah, somewhere 3 hours.
hour and a half.
3 hours, hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then another group about 4 hours.
Yeah.
Fairly standard old man.
Did y'all get over to the Highlands?
Nah, we got this little top secret spot, and the conditions were so good, you just rock them.
That blue side's the best side.
I agree. There's a couple black diamonds, there's a couple blues. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So no, we had a blast. Everyone but Dave.
I had a blast.
Well, there you go.
When's your next ski trip?
50 pounds.
50 pounds less.
Yeah.
So you would go skiing again?
Yeah, I thought I was an above average, not great, but above average skier.
Yeah.
But I think with this extra weight, my balance, and then with my lack of fitness, I couldn't control what I wanted to do like I know that I can do.
Yeah.
And it's a mixture of the balance and the fatigue.
Yeah.
That was actually one of the catalysts for me to start really thinking about, like, I got to cut some weight, because
Funny you should say that.
there was a point where I remember going with the guys, and I was like, it's not turning
Yeah.
the way I think it's going to turn. Like, I'm having to really throw everything into this because you got to move so much more weight around.
I had that thought too one day when I was snowboarding and I had all my gear on and bending over to buckle in was an effort.
Yeah, and it's like, that sucks. You're
Yeah.
like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Like, why is this tiring?
Yeah.
Why is it that I can't turn right?
I experienced that. And also, like you said, I had to like exaggerate my motions to get my skis to do what I wanted. And that's why I ate it. I hit a slick patch that I wasn't prepared for.
Yeah.
And I was probably fogging up my glasses because I was panting so hard. And right when I hit that thing, it just went to shit immediately.
Yeah.
And you're tired, so you don't recover, because
You can't
when you
respond.
do hit that patch. Yeah, you need to like make those adjustments in a millisecond
Yeah.
in
Can't
order
react.
to keep it together. Like, I hit a couple of those where I like came up over a crest, and then there was a little ice there that you weren't expecting, and like you're carving, and then you feel it go out.
Yeah.
If you're agile, you can kind of fix it. But when everything has to be exaggerated because you're carrying extra weight, you can't correct it as quickly, and then it's too late.
Just falling at this age is just scary.
Oh, it's problematic.
So I called Joy at like, this happened at noon or 12:30 or 1 or something like that. I called Joy at like 8 p.m. She's, oh, how's your trip? And I told her about eating it in front of everybody that was there. And she's like, oh man, how bad are they tooling you? And I was like, oh, you know what? No one said a word. And she goes, oh,
That is worst case.
you know what that means? They feel sorry for you. I'm like, oh no, that's exactly what that means. So I had a meet. I was like, I gotta go, and I hung up and I went outside. I went out back to everybody. I started making fun of myself, and they're like, "Oh, we can do that."
Yeah.
And then they just started tooling me. I'm like, "Yes."
That is the right move, though. Like, you make fun of yourself, be like, I just found some more snow in my eye.
Look at these guys maturing and growing up and not just immediately pouncing on the new guy.
I think somewhere around 8th grade, you stop making fun of the weird kid.
Really?
The weird kid. Like the true.
Oh, that's true. It's like laughing at a Special Olympian
You just
missing a
don't-
hurdle.
You don't do it. You
Yeah,
just
that
go,
makes
wait,
sense.
that's not funny. That's actually
Yeah.
sad.
He's trying.
No, when you see like a normal person eat shit, you're right. You laugh. But no, look, a lot of those guys, in your defense, a lot of those guys don't know you. So they weren't going to they didn't want to lean into you.
Yeah.
Right. No, it was very respectful.
But then
And humiliating.
He started making fun of himself, and sure enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Then it became a
Then
joke.
it's on, yeah.
But I wasn't going to bring it up to the fuck, marry, kill. And then I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you should have seen this asshole hit the mountain. There's still a divot. They can't groom it out.
They've named it.
Yeah.
Dave's Divot.
Yeah, they're like at the bottom. It's a black diamond on account of the moguls. It was fun.
Dave's Crater.
It was a fun trip. It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
is.
That's why we couldn't podcast on Monday. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. And sure enough, on Monday, I got through the workday, and then I remember I just passed out.
Yeah.
Like cooked dinner for the family, did all the stuff, and then I was watching football because there was a game on. I had money on it, so I got to watch the game.
yeah.
And I fell asleep before halftime and woke up to see that I'd won my bet and was like, perfect nap.
Yeah.
That's the nap you want.
Yeah.
And then went upstairs and went back to bed. I was done. I had nothing left in the tank. It was a long weekend.
I'm sure.
Weren't you drinking on Sunday too?
A little bit.
That's
Well, I followed the plumber.
Is he not going to drink on Sunday?
The plumber stayed behind waiting for the weakest link.
Yeah. That's a plumber move.
Always.
Speaking of that,
If you told me he stayed Sunday night, I would believe you.
I got up at 8:30 in the morning on Sunday, and it was myself and three other people out of 9. All those guys left before. I mean, cars gone before 8:30.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, those dudes are out the door.
Yep.
That's just how it is. And it used to be that they'd be out the door, and then the last one's waking up, I had to do all the cleaning. But now, fortunately, we have one guy who really takes it.
Well, the
upon
thing is,
himself.
I'm that way, but I went up to the Wintergreen area before the holidays with a group of guys, and the fucking one dude was up at 6:30, fucking walking around like goddamn Sasquatch. Woke the whole house up. We were out the door by 7:30, 8 o'clock. The house was clean. And I'm like, okay, if we were driving back from Folly, that'd be nice. Or fucking,
yeah, but you're just down the road.
you're an hour, fucking 20 minutes away. I'm
Yeah.
home before 9 o'clock. My house isn't even up yet. And it's nice, but dude, we were up till 2 in the morning. A little bit of sleep would have been nice.
Yeah,
You pay for the house. You
Well,
might
that's
as well.
why I figured I'm gonna do this. The White Knight got up and actually the White Knight left that night because he was like, everyone's going to bed at 1. He's like, this is ridiculous. He's like, I'm fine. I'm just gonna go. He packed his shit and left. I was sharing a room with him. I was like, hell yeah, I got the full room.
Yeah.
So I slept in. I was like, why would I not? So
Well, and you want him to leave anyway, because the other side of his coin is I'm staying all day. You're waiting around on him.
yeah, he's another one that could pull
Yeah.
that. But he was like, nah, if no one's partying, I'm out. But when I got up the next morning,
Y'all went light
the plumber.
Saturday night?
No, that was the night that all the fucking
Oh,
kill
really?
shit happened. Yeah, I was a nightmare. But I was also the last one up after that. I did rally. That was very odd. I went to bed. I was like, all right, White Knight moves out. I'll just wait for him to finish
Yeah.
moving out and go to bed. But then I got up the next morning. The plumber's sitting there with Miller High Lifes.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
And he's like, well, come on, you got a breakfast beer, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I really don't. And he's like, well. And then Dave snuck out the door. I thought he was waiting because he was like, there's going to be something you guys do cool. And then I think he thought better of it and just disappeared while I showered.
Oh, you just Irish goodbye?
He did.
Packed
I mean-
it up and left?
Brandon and I pretty much walked out at the same time.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
Yeah.
it worked out for me because
So then it's just you and the plumber?
yeah, and
Oh, no.
we're just like cleaning up, and he's like, we may as well walk around with a beer. So he hands me a beer, and I'm like, I really don't want a beer, but you don't want to see the plumber angry.
No.
So I just had a beer with him, and then I was like, yeah, man, all right, I guess I'm going to head out. And he's like, all right, well, let's hit Southern Revere on the way home. And I was like, I don't know about that. And like I loaded up the car, and I was like, let's do that. So I followed him out to this brewery in the middle of nowhere in Louisa. Sat down. We were the first people in there. I was greeted by a goose.
I've been to that brewery many times.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's a neat little spot.
So I walked in there and sat down, had a few beers and chilled, and then
They do fireworks every 4th of July there.
oh, there you go.
It's a tiny little brewery. Back
Yeah.
up in the middle of the field.
And then got home a little later than I probably should have, and installed a bunch of floating shelves.
Nice.
Yeah, you know, grown up stuff.
Grown up.
Yeah, a little beer on the breath,
Nice.
which I probably would have smelled like beer regardless.
Yeah.
So I figured no harm, no foul. And I was still home early.
Yeah.
Like, it was beautiful. Just watching football, doing my thing.
Well, I'm glad y'all had fun. I'm glad no one got hurt because I was genuinely
Well,
worried.
no, Dave got hurt.
Not injured. He might have hurt himself, but like he didn't break anything.
He hurt himself a little.
Pride.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do have a deli.
Took me down a few notches.
Yeah, everybody thought you were the next Shaun White.
I got a celebratory deli
Where is it? Down here?
down
Or
there. It's
outside?
the Sam Adams. I got us a Sam Adams. I have not tried. This is in celebration.
An IPA.
Yes, in celebration of Dave's big test score. Woo! Congratulations, Dave. That's awesome.
Got some news for us, Dave?
He scored very high on a test, and I wanted to celebrate with a extra special beer for the big guy.
Yeah, so
Troy, you may as well just have a beer.
Yeah, I'm usually not consuming calories at this hour, but you know what?
We're
I'll have
celebrating.
one, yeah.
We're celebrating Dave's big test score.
Pass the bar finally. Good for you.
Nope. It's a different test score.
Does it involve a bar?
yeah.
Yes, it does. What I have here is a Sam Adams Just the Haze IPA. It's hazy, juicy, and refreshing. And then it's got two words I've never seen. It says non-alcoholic.
Malt beverage with natural flavors.
Ooh.
Contains less than 0.5% alcohol by volume.
Oh, what is this? What is this? They sell this to children.
I don't even see a cute little write-up on here.
No,
Is it
they-
on the can?
The only write-up you need is non-alcoholic.
Your life is awful.
Dave got the highest score of his life
Hold on, let me read the...
on his big test.
let me read this, or try to, without my glasses.
Oof.
With this Samuel Adams non-alcoholic brew, we remove the alcohol slowly and gently, leaving all the rich flavor of a world-class IPA. It's hazy, hoppy, and brewed with pride and attention to detail. Cheers.
I think they removed the alcohol slowly through evaporation.
They removed it through something.
I'm assuming it's garbage.
It's not garbage. It's just different.
I still don't see, like...
Yeah, they don't give it a write-up.
98 calories.
Dave, you want to tell us about
22 grams of carbs.
your world record high score?
Sure. Came back from the ski trip. I was like, oh, I should check. I had some blood work done right before the ski trip. Let me see how that turns out. Testosterone solid,
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what the number was on that?
in the 200s or something.
Okay, so the low range, but not low.
Yeah, I think low is like 100 and high is 700 or
Yeah, I'm saying.
or no, I think I was 400, 450 or something.
Okay,
I was like
450.
dead.
450 is actually really good for a man your age.
Yeah, I can show it to you. But anyway, it wasn't.
Show him your testosterone.
Yeah, hey, let me see that T.
But I was like, why am I so tired? So anyway, then I noticed, liver. Let's see how that's doing.
New high score.
New high score. Very, very high. Google is like, you are fucked.
The doctor didn't say anything. The doctor didn't say this. You had to read it on your own.
Well, I have another appointment in a couple of weeks that I scheduled that day.
You might want to move that up.
So what's weird is I had blood work done for my leukemia in 2021, late 2021, and liver was perfect, dead center of the range of.
It's where you want to be. It's where you want to be.
This one, not so much. So, when you throw in the fact that I can't ski anymore because I'm too fat, throw in the fact that people don't call me an asshole as much as they used to. I think it's because if you're a handsome guy and you make these jokes, you're an asshole. If you're an obese guy and you make these jokes, they're like, oh, look, he's trying.
He's funny.
You're also older now than you've ever been.
Yeah, and really the not just the fall, but just the exhaustion of skiing and everything, and then boom, I get this liver test, and I'm like, dude, I've got to change my ways. And I texted you guys a couple days ago and said, I think I'm going to be dry for the immediate future. I don't know how long. And
do you have a plan on that? Like, do you have a goal?
Not to die.
Live.
No, like to be dry. So like.
To get his numbers.
Well,
like, are you like going cold turkey, not having any alcohol for?
Yeah, I'm certainly not going
30 days, 60 days, 90 days.
So I think my appointment is like February 1st or 2nd. I'm not going to have a sip before then.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fast and do all the stuff that you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You have to remember this test was starting from the Stash Bash.
Yeah.
To literally
starting from Thanksgiving.
Right.
Like that's when it goes off the rails for me every year. Like
absolutely.
Thanksgiving week. And when I say Thanksgiving, I'm talking about the 4 days prior because I'm usually off work. Like I just eat whatever I want.
Yeah.
And drink, when I was drinking, just from that week of Thanksgiving till Jan 1. Like it's a free for all.
I gained a solid 10 pounds. Not from Thanksgiving. I actually maintained. But like that week before Christmas, it kind of started coming off the rails a little bit all the way until after New Year's. And I was like, fuck yeah, 10 pounds. Yeah. Pretty good.
So that blood was drawn like the day after Cake's Sunday thing.
Okay. So you had a good 4 weeks of like hard drinking.
Yeah, probably 5, including a liter a day in Aruba.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
You probably skewed your numbers some.
Well, that's what I'm hoping.
Oh, 100%. The liver is one of the few, if not the only organ that regenerates.
Yeah.
Which is great news for drunks. But the trick is you have to actually allow it
time to
regenerate. It doesn't just regenerate overnight.
Yeah.
It needs time.
Right.
And so if you're going hard like that, it could be elevated. What you don't want is to get to the point where it won't regenerate. There's a name for that. It's called cirrhosis.
Yeah. That's
when it stops regenerating and then it's just not working. And then you have real problems.
Yeah. So my whole thing is I've been on Google's for a few days. I'm like,
it's the most dangerous place.
Hey, Google, can severe binge drinking over weeks lead to a high liver score? And how soon will it go back down to normal? And everything's like, you have cirrhosis. I'm like, I know I don't.
Yeah.
But what is this? So I'm cautiously optimistic that in 2.5 weeks, my numbers will be significantly lower. And I'll be like, okay, cool. But I've learned a valuable lesson. I've been scared straight.
That's good. And might I recommend, even if you do decide to go down this journey of still drinking, light beers.
Yeah.
Or just beers in general is the furthest you should ever take it. Like liquor in general is bad.
But that's the other thing. So I don't know. I didn't Google this, but I have to imagine an obese person that requires a liter to get as buzzed as someone that weighs a third of what I do. The liver is probably not accounting for like, it's okay. You're heavier.
No, it doesn't care. The liver's just like, okay, cool. All that greasy triglyceride bullshit that you're pumping into my body.
Yeah.
That sucks for us. We're constantly fighting that. The thing that leads to, and I'm going to call it just fatty liver, because that's kind of where Do you know if you have fatty liver?
I think that's what that means.
Well, you can have high liver numbers and not have fatty liver. You can be that could be like a spike, but fatty liver is like the stop.
But when you drink a
cirrhosis.
lot too, your tolerance goes up. Weight, regardless of your weight, whether you're 130 or 330, the more you drink, the more you can tolerate. So if you take some time off in between drinking, then your tolerance will drop and you won't have to drink as much.
Oh, there's a win-win. Look
Yeah.
at bright side of life over here. I like this.
Yep.
Because that's where I got to. I was drinking so much. It's like 12 beers. I'm sober.
Yeah, Troy never got to fatty liver. He like literally, I remember we sat here, we did a podcast, and you were like, I've had 13 beers.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the pool and hang out. And then I think you said you had like 12 more beers.
Well, no, what that day was, I had 3 beers here, then went to the pool and had 12 beers. And that was from 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And I went home to get more beers. And I was like, I've had 13 beers or whatever the number, 15 beers. I was like, and I'm sober.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? I should be,
What's the point?
I should be somewhat inebriated. Like, I've just consumed 1,500 calories and I have nothing and I'm not even buzzed.
If you put down 3 beers right now, you'd be like
Oh, yeah. I probably feel
flying.
ill. Yeah.
You'd be flying. You'd be like,
Yeah.
holy shit. It'd be amazing. Dave has 3 beers. There'd be no
Yeah.
change. I'm happy to report that if I have 3 beers, I'm fully aware I've had 3 beers. Like it's still, my tolerance still sucks, but it holds at a certain level for an extended period of time and then falls off a cliff.
Well, I did what I think Dave and a lot of people do is like, I was like, well, before I stopped drinking, I was like, well, I'm drinking 15 beers a night. Let me switch to liquor.
That's what most people do.
Yeah.
And then it's like, there it is.
But then you're drinking, you're taking in so much more alcohol.
And your liver has to process all that fucking alcohol, regardless of how you feel. Mm-hmm. It has the same job.
Yeah.
And it prefers to process none liquors,
Yeah.
none alcohol. I think that's what it's looking for. So yeah, if you're putting down 15 beers, it's working 15 beers hard, regardless of how you feel. And that's what I think we've learned here. But so in honor of your high test score,
Well, I actually was very appreciative getting a phone call from you today out of the blue.
yeah, I couldn't do this.
It started like this. Hey, buddy. I'm like, oh,
I love it.
I wanted to know how you were feeling, how things were going, and I also just didn't really feel good. And he was like, nah, we'll have a deli. It's fine. I'm like, I think I'm gonna pivot. at least tonight. You can just figure some shit out.
yeah. Well, look what my roadie was.
Yeah, that's good. Can we talk about this beer? Because I am putting it down pretty easily. Can we rate this thing?
Yeah.
And then we can talk about how fat Dave's liver is. This beer, the Sam Adams Just the Haze IPA, I have been non-alcoholic IPA. I have been dying to get my hands on this beer because Troy, you may remember there was years ago we tried to like do some non-alcoholic beers and they really didn't exist.
No, there was like 3.
And it was horrible.
Yeah.
You couldn't find a non-alcoholic beer. Since then, Athletic Brewing has really just leaned in hard.
Well, and that was one of the first ones I think we tried.
But that was the first one that ever. I remember when we first tried this, it was like literally O'Doul's, St. Pauli NA.
And Budweiser.
There was some, I think O'Doul's.
Buzz Zero.
There was,
But yeah, it was 2. It was like O'Doul's and St. Pauli Girl or something. Yeah.
and then
those were the 2.
there's Buckler, which has always
Yeah.
been out there, and it's supposed to have like kind of a European flavor. It was kind of the option. So we tried them. We were like, You fast forward another couple of years, we wanted to try it again. And by that point, I think the Guinness NA had come
Yeah.
out. And we tried that. And actually,
That
that's
was
a
delicious.
fucking surprisingly
Yeah.
good beer. If I swapped a
I don't
Guinness
think you
NA,
tell the difference. I don't think you could tell the difference.
not if I didn't tell you.
Yeah.
If you knew you had it, you'd be like, oh, yeah, it's ever so slightly off. Mm-hmm. That's the best approximation of the beer it's supposed to be that I've had to date. And I think that's because there's so much going on in Guinness already.
Yeah.
That the booze is already low in Guinness. So, but that was pretty good. But then I remember I had a buddy in town who had quit drinking. And so I was like, I'm going to get him some craft NAs. Didn't exist. Then you fast forward a few months, and all of a sudden they started to uncool. Three Notch Brewery came out with Uncool, their whole line, which I think is actually pretty cool. And then you had that Athletic Brewing Company came out, and they went hard.
But now all the mainstream ones haven't.
Everybody has their best version. And Sam Adams actually had a couple different flavors. But I really, knowing Dave likes juicy IPAs, I wanted to get a juicy IPA for tonight. And when I saw the Sam Adams, there were a couple other juicy IPAs, but then there was a really dope factor here, and it was on sale. And I thought, well, if I'm going to buy a turd, let's buy a lower cost turd, which, for the record, is still between $10 and $11.
I know it's
on sale.
It's the dirtiest. Like, I don't know.
So a 6-pack was $12 on sale.
It bothers
11.
It bothers the shit out of me that NA beers are just as, if not more expensive than beer. Like,
they're more expensive.
I can't. It's just. It seems like these people that are drinking NA beers are trying to live a better life. And by the way, they're still buying your product. Do you need to fucking bend them over?
Yeah.
Like
what is this?
Give them a fucking, throw them a bone, knock a couple dollars off.
Yeah, you're going to make up for it.
Yeah.
Because all of us with skinny livers are pumping this shit into our
Or what's going to happen, like me, and probably Dave, because he's as cheap, if not cheaper than I am, we won't go near it.
No.
Like, I'm not going to pay, beer prices to not have beer. I'll just drink one of these amazing, look at what I'm drinking.
Seltzer water?
Yeah, but look at the flavor.
LaCroix. What flavor we do? Oh, mojito.
Yeah, it's a mojito. So you take that, you pour it over rocks, and it's like you're having a mixed drink, and it's not nearly as expensive.
Garnish it with some mint.
Exactly.
Boom. You're like, look at me.
It's delicious.
Yeah. See, whenever I'm not drinking, because I do have I have an addiction to all of it, but when I'm not drinking, I still need something in my hand to make me feel like I'm not, like I am drinking. It's the strangest fucking thing. You drop me at a party where I'm not drinking, and you give me nothing in my hand.
Yeah.
I'm not having fun. I'm
the same way. I mean, I carry this sippy cup around my screen door mortgage.
Ooh, screen door mortgage.
Mortgage.
Screen door mortgage actually is the only mortgage company that I'm aware of that, or at least that I've worked with, that made me feel the way I felt during the process. Because I really felt like Jimmy held my hand through it. I asked a lot of stupid questions, and he never made me feel like they were stupid questions.
They have the best customer service in the game.
When you ask a stupid question and somebody makes you feel stupid, it's like slamming into the mountain on your skis. It's embarrassing.
One foot going in one direction, the other ski going another direction.
But when you ask a stupid question and someone doesn't make you feel bad, it's almost like you felt the accident starting, but you pulled out of it.
That's right.
And then you rolled up and nobody's the wiser.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how Jimmy at Screen Door Mortgage makes me feel in what is kind of a complicated process and one that matters, let's be honest. But sorry, I digress.
But wait, I want to get back to that.
If you live in Georgia or Virginia, we would highly recommend that you go talk to our buddy Jimmy over at Screen Door Mortgage and tell him that ITPH sends you.
I would.
And you'll get a dope Yeti.
And I met Jimmy at the ski trip, and he's a great guy.
He is.
And in my wisdom, I pitched some marketing ideas, and he turned all of them down, except for one.
Oh, which one?
I'm allowed to say this. Call Jimmy at Screen Door Mortgage. He will get you one of the mortgages of all time.
Yes. I think that was the one he cleared.
He will do that.
Yes. He'll get you one of
the mortgages.
Of all
time.
Yeah.
Of all time. Yeah. Everything Dave threw out. He's like, no, that's you can't say that. We're not allowed to say those things. And Dave's, oh man, I wish we could say him, but this close to the ad, it still might be. We'll let it go. But yes, what were we talking about this beer?
Talk about
how they bend you over.
Well, and how they've upped the game. Everybody, there's a lot of players in the game now. Oh, we're talking about drinking waters, and
you give me a can of seltzer water, and I will have the exact same amount of fun as if I was drinking beer.
Yeah,
it's no different. You take that can out of my hand, and I'm like, can we just go? It's the weirdest fucking thing.
You're like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hand.
I don't know what to do with my hand. Yeah, it's the strangest damn thing. But this beer, it's one of the beers of all time. It is when you first sip it, you know there's some hops. Mm-hmm. You know there's some juiciness in there. Mm-hmm. They did it.
Yeah.
There's hops and juicy.
But wait, there's more.
There's a sourness that doesn't belong, that just creeps in the back. Like they had to add like citric acid or something to like mask the lack of alcohol. Almost like there's like sugars in it or somehow.
I thought that was...
There's always a lot of sugar in
instead
these
of being sour, but when you say that, I'm like, oh, okay. I thought it was just malt.
Maybe.
Well, it's a malt beverage.
Or glucose. It's like a fucking... There's something wrong in here. If you handed me this and it was a full flavored IPA, like I'd be like, nah, I can't do this. It leaves this like in the back of my mouth that's not right. Mm-hmm. It's I don't know.
So you can tell it's A&A?
No, I can tell that it's not a good beer.
Right.
Okay.
Like it has the hops and it has the juiciness, which is what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
But then there's this like, it's almost like a diet soda.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can't
It's kind of what it is.
tolerate a diet soda, like
But it's not that chemically...
no, but
Like
it's almost
diet.
like that. Like
Yeah.
the first
It's
time you had
analogous to a diet
like
soda.
yeah, like if you had a Tab, remember Tab in the 80s? This is like the Tab to Coke.
Right. So before you give your score, I feel like if this were if I'm just sitting at a bar and someone hands this to me and says try this beer, that's one score. If someone says try this NA beer, I think there's a different score. So which score are you
Yeah,
going
that's
to?
fair.
Okay.
It's hard to grade it against beer.
Okay,
Right.
I'm going to grade it against beer.
All right.
All right, then I got to change my score.
And I'm not going to go as well. I'm going to grade them both ways.
Okay.
What am I counting?
I'm going to grade it both ways.
Okay. But
So,
which one am I counting?
I'm doing it's irrelevant.
Don't worry about it.
Against beer, it's just off and it's wrong, and so it's not average. It's below average. But I do like that like juiciness and that little bit of citrusy. So I'm gonna go 2.
Okay.
You put it in the NA world, and now I'm putting it up against like the Bucklers and the Guinness NA and all those, and I'm gonna bump that up to a 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's going to make the math really difficult.
that's what I'm saying. I was like, your question is kind of irrelevant here. It's a 2 regardless.
Yeah. So as an NA,
You got a 2.5?
I give it a
Okay.
2.5. But if I'm sitting in a bar and someone tricks me,
Yeah,
I'll be like, what the fuck is this?
yeah.
And I almost want to give it a 1.5 because if I am drinking it as a beer, I don't know if I would. I think I would throw it out and order something else.
Really?
Yeah, but again, I'm gonna finish this beer. I give it a 2 against beers, 2.5 against NA,
Well, I'm grading the NA scores.
and I think it was because I'm just disappointed.
I was really excited.
I
for
had
this.
really high hopes. Sam Adams, the label looks just like a craft beer.
I don't think we usually grade Sam Adams very high.
Well, I graded that Winter White this year very high.
Yeah.
And you guys didn't. So there's the occasional Sam Adams. I love a Sam Adams Cold Snap. And that'll
Yeah.
actually be very exciting when that comes out because that's usually the first. In the same way that when you see fall beers show up and you're like at the beach, you're like, fuck, summer's over.
Yeah.
It's the same way when that Cold Snap comes out, I go, fuck
Fall's
yeah,
over?
winter's over.
Yeah.
Like it's spring's coming, but winter's still very much here.
Oh, so that's at the end of spring.
Yeah, they call it Cold Snap like it's the cold snaps.
Yeah. Well, I'm going a totally different direction than you.
Okay, nice.
I think this is a tasty treat.
Well,
and-
hold on. This is crazy because you don't even like IPAs.
No, and it doesn't have that IPA taste to me.
He's getting the malt.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, you're probably
and it's there's no gross finish. Like, I know you say there's something in the back of your mouth that you don't like, but it's still not a coating.
No, because it's not that
Yeah.
hoppy bitterness.
Right.
Yeah.
It's something else.
So
It's definitely not piney.
No.
Yeah,
like
so
that.
I'm giving this a 3.5. I think this is pretty good.
moly.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and that's on an NA scale. I can't grade it against beer.
but if I want to toss you an NA, this you'd be like,
I'd be
fuck
like, yeah, hell yeah. But
Cool.
even with my high score, that gives it an 8 total. So that's a 2.66. So, I mean, it's still low scoring overall.
Yeah, it's about where it. Well, no, that's better than it should have done. Okay, that's good for it. Good for Sam.
Well,
Way to raise that up.
I mean, just above average is not. It's not. I wouldn't
For
say
an
it's,
NA.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, we're it's dancing.
yeah,
I think I tasted an O'Doul's like 20 years ago. I'm like, what the
they are awful.
fuck is this?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying that, and that's my whole experience of NAs is that 20 years ago and this today.
Heineken
I'm like,
makes
it's
a
better
good
than-
one.
better
That's
than
pretty
that.
spot on.
Heineken's pretty good. I still like Buckler as one of the old schools, but that Guinness NA, like,
Yeah.
that's a. If I'm gonna have an NA beer, just give me a fuck ton of carbs and good
Yeah.
flavor, because I'm not gonna be drinking a lot.
Well,
of
that's
NA
my thing
beers.
too. Is that they're all so full of carbs and sugar. It's like
Yeah, what's the point?
So now I'm paying a ton of money to not get twisted and to just ingest a ton of fucking sugar when there's like a million flavors.
Right. I'd rather
There's
walk
this-
around a party with a root beer float.
Yeah.
you ever messed with I believe it's Sierra Nevada hop water.
I know what you're talking
Have
about.
we
I don't
done
think I
that?
have.
No, but I've had it at a bar, like at a buddy who would stop drinking. And I was like,
Yeah.
"What are you drinking over there?" He's drinking hop waters. So I ordered one with him, and I like that is like a seltzer water that's been hopped, so it doesn't have like they're not trying to recreate a beer. They're just
Yeah.
like, if you like hops, we added hops to this seltzer water, and so it's still no calories basically.
Yeah.
and then it doesn't have all those sugars, but it tastes great to a hop guy.
Yeah.
I love.
I'd like to try that.
I'll pick it up.
Where do you can get them around here?
Yeah, I'll pick it up. I'll be glad to try it. We'll see how long Dave can stay on the wagon. Now we're gonna have to figure out the deli because now I got fucking 2 out of 3 have fallen the other way. Like I feel like the last man standing. That's kind of an odd position.
He
for me to be in.
he can taste and spit.
Yeah, I don't know if Dave's capable.
I don't know. I don't think I can. I did tell Brendan today, I was like, I'm not going to drink, but I will drink, the deli. And I
Yeah.
won't, if I like it, I won't finish it. If I dislike it, I wasn't going to finish it anyway.
And I said
Yeah.
no. I'm gonna go get an NA beer.
I
want
think
to at
you
least-
should definitely take some time off.
Yeah, I think you should take some time to think about that comment. And I think once you get through the weekend, you'll have a clearer head because you will now have a weekend under your belt.
Dude, this weekend I'm going to 2 parties with lots of friends. It'll be a big test.
You'll be all right.
I think you'll come out on the other side of that
I think you'll be
test.
fine. I think you enjoy drinking, but I don't think you have to. I don't think you're the type of guy that has to drink to have fun.
No.
Speaking of not needing a drink to have fun,
Also, don't
can
have
I
to
grab
take
a beer?
my clothes off and have a good time.
You don't have to
I'm just gonna go ahead
clothes off.
and have another beer just while we're here.
What do you want?
All the way in the back, the Miller Lights is the new light beer from Miller.
Well, there's an unopened case.
There's an open case in the back. There it is, a top secret.
I got you.
Top secret spot. Well, Dave, I think I'm not excited for your journey, but I am excited to track your progress and join you on said journey. I think you'll be.
What kind of fasting are you gonna do?
I don't know. I've been scared straight, so I've been watching my portions and changing up. Had some Greek dinners.
We'll talk after the show. I got a app that's good to track that kind of stuff.
I did go to the gym this evening.
Did you join? You did the 3-day and y'all joined?
Mm-hmm.
You can have a choice.
Nice. Well, not now.
Honestly, I think had the fatty liver thing not happened, I still think he would have stuck with the gym.
I would. And
He
my
did-
son's into it, which is very motivating to me.
Yeah,
Nice.
He wasn't happy when he fell. You could see there was more disappointment in himself, which is usually a big motivator.
And not the like shame
Embarrassment.
disappointment.
No, he was just like, you could hear it even before the wreck. He was like, this is bullshit that I can't move.
He
the way
wasn't
I want.
enjoying himself.
Not at all.
No, it was
Yeah.
in his head and it was
Yeah.
bothering him. And I could see the genesis already occurring. The exclamation mark
Yeah.
was the smack. The all caps was the fatty liver.
Yeah.
And it just, but I could already see that the writing was on the wall.
Yep.
He was making
Got to
it.
make some changes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, good for you.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We could all be healthier.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. All of us could do better,
Yeah.
but we don't.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put like 10 Zen patches in my lips. And
Yep.
See what happens there.
Yeah. Then you can have cardiovascular issues.
I heard that I saw an article today on Apple or something on my phone that was it Virginia or nationally or something. They're trying to
Cigarettes.
cigarettes. Did
Yeah.
you see that?
Yeah, Biden's trying to push one through real quick at the end here to get rid
And
of
from
all
what
cigarettes.
the article said, it's going to crush cigarettes because the article said that like there's 17 milligrams in a cigarette, and he wants to like knock it back to 1.
Hell yeah.
Which
That's
will-
going
I
to
mean-
suck. That's NA cigarettes now.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
I mean, but that if they don't lock down the nicotine pouches that we're all addicted to, like that'll blow that spot up.
well, so yeah,
People
everyone.
will start smoking with a Zen in.
I know a lot of people already do that.
Yeah,
It's pretty awesome.
17 milligrams in a cigarette is a lot.
When you say it that way,
What's
with
in a
numbers,
Zen pouch?
3 or 6. They make 8s and other brands.
I know people who get. I met a dude. He had like a 16.
Yeah,
he gets
you
them
get from
brought
Europe.
in from
Yeah.
Europe.
Jeez.
And I tried a 16. I wanted to know. My hands started sweating. I started spinning
I
a
was
little.
gonna say, did you get spins?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. And I'm a dude who's got a Zen in all the time.
Yeah.
Except for 2 days a week. That's my
Your health days.
there's nothing going on in those 2 days. Everything is shut down. It's just healthy eating, working out, no mind altering of any kind. And includes Zen in mind altering.
But that's gotta kill cigarettes.
It's going to destroy them. I mean, who's going to smoke? Like, I'm just
Yeah.
here for the cancer.
I mean, I think smokers will still smoke because I think part of the addiction for smoking isn't just the feeling. Like when I smoked, and I was never addicted like a true addict, but when I smoked, it was a
Ritual.
ritual. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Like, I'm getting in the car and riding up the road 15 minutes. I'm lighting a cigarette as soon as I start the car up. Like,
Oh, yeah. Coffee,
Yeah.
cigarette, start the car, roll
Yep.
down the window,
Yeah.
cigarette. No, that's pretty much.
and like a lot of people still use it as a crutch at work. Like, I'll be outside for 20, like cigarette break.
Well, that's the best part of the day.
Yeah.
If you hate your job, there is nothing better than those 10 minutes of
Yeah.
peace.
Times 1 pack.
Yeah, times
200 minutes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Cigarette breaks.
Yeah.
Now we've lost them. When I quit smoking, I still went on the cigarette break.
Just stood out there.
Yeah, because I want my 10 minutes too.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Like, why should you get it? Just because you get to die earlier?
Yeah.
And you don't have to work as much? Like, I got to feel pity for you? No, I'm going to take my break too.
Yep.
Like, what are you going to do? You can't come at me. Like,
Fair's fair.
we're all taking a break. You can't discriminate against
Oh,
me.
did we haven't talked. We got an answer from Rock Dingo.
Yeah. It was, you know what? It's what we thought.
Yeah.
He's the man. And you know what he said? He said it was the single best post of the year.
Yeah.
Like, most engagement, most going on. I was like, well played.
But he said it is what we thought, but to me that didn't answer the question.
Oh, he said
So is he actually
He said I was just playing around.
Oh, okay. He wasn't filling an order for butt plugs.
Oh, that I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't find out
No,
if he's
yeah.
custom making. I mean,
Or is that just for personal use?
all I know is if I got a long way to go before I can order butt plugs. Like the hurdle's not
We can get you there.
getting butt plugs.
Yeah.
I gotta do so. It'd be a difficult talking to. It's a hurdle. It's a hurdle.
That's why it's a good gift.
It's gonna take a couple bottles of wine, some really sweet sentiment.
Yeah.
Really have to position this.
We should bring him in as a guest. I bet he has some good stories.
Yeah.
I bet he does. But he does. Why would he want to come in here with a bunch of fucking sober fucks? I don't know.
Bunch of lamos.
It just doesn't seem fun. I wouldn't want to do it. But I'll be here next week. 'Cause I love you guys. And I'm here for you.
Oh, I saw the Advocates tonight. He's going to try to come in February. He wants to start hanging out again.
No, I'm not holding my breath. I'm not. I think you'll see Drake and Kendrick hanging out
Oh, snap.
sooner than that. Dude, you see Drake? You see his latest move?
So I know nothing of these fools. I just know they're going at each other.
All right.
If one of their songs came on right now, I wouldn't know who it was.
That's unfortunate, but I get it. It's like not your cup of tea.
Yeah.
So rap battles have gone back since the dawn of time, right? Well, since the dawn of rap.
Right.
I don't think you had rap battles before rap.
Probably not.
I may be wrong.
You had Yo Mama jokes.
Yeah. Okay, well, Farside did a whole song about Yo Mama jokes that was actually pretty fucking good.
That's right.
The comic strip?
No, PH. You know?
Anheuser-Busch water.
Oh, there you go. Living the dream. Yeah. You know, your mom with a glass eye with the fish in it and shit. Like those they were great. Farside was great. But the rap battle that popped off over the summer was pretty fucking epic. And it was back and forth. It was Drake. It was Kendrick. For a small moment in time, J. Cole stepped into it. And then J. Cole was like, yo, these dudes are really, I'm going to back out of this. So he kind of was like, I don't need to like be causing problems in here. He was kind of inserting himself in the situation. But Kendrick and Drake went at it pretty good. And every time Drake would come out with something, then Kendrick would drop something right behind it.
Didn't one of them drop like 17 songs on the
They
dude
kept
or something?
coming
Yeah.
back and forth, back and forth. And rap battles are exactly that. You should be going at each other, saying just horrible shit, getting after people.
Yeah, but guys our age grew up in the time where rap battles equaled death.
But that's the game.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna say this shit, eventually you go, you know what, motherfucker, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
Like you're coming at my pride. You're coming at me.
You called my sister a 4.
Dude, people get shot for that
Yeah,
shit.
hell yeah.
People get shot for that. And that's just how it works.
Not the sister I'm going to marry.
Oh, God.
Objection! Hearsay!
I think I'd marry a 4. Give me some fucking credit.
No shit.
She's got to be Irish from Chicago and Arizona.
This is-
By way of DC.
that sounds hot. Y'all are the fucking worst. No, but like, all right, so this rap battle was great. And it actually produced some really good songs, which always blew my mind because they were coming out
They were
so
back.
fast.
Yeah, they were coming out fast.
Like they were coming out faster than South Park episodes. And South Park episodes, there's still
They can
nothing
turn 'em
more
around,
loose.
yeah.
Oh my God. Something will hit and then next week it's on there. But Drake and Kendrick were turning some of these around. In particular, Kendrick really was coming back like, it'd be like 2 days later and this song would be fire. And you'd be like, damn. And so I think most people agree that when it's all said and done, Kendrick won. With the Not Like Us song, I think he kind of pushed it over the top. And know how I know Kendrick won? Because he is the fucking Super Bowl halftime show this year. You don't come out of a summer of a rap beef and then end up in the Super Bowl halftime show unless you're the winner. The Super Bowl is not going to go, hey, loser from the rap battle, come on.
Yeah.
And if it's still up in the air, I don't think you bring someone in. In my mind, I'm like, okay, Kendrick won that shit. And that Not Like Us song is the one where he drops that, like, you're
Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably
A minor. Beautiful.
Because Drake was
Beautiful.
accused of.
Pedophilia.
Was
By-
he accused
No.
of it or was he?
No.
No, but this is how rap battles roll.
Yeah.
You know, like you come at it, if there's a rumor
That's
out there.
harsh.
Dude.
That's a harsh
And it was
thing
great the way that line, A minor, fuck yeah. I was like, that's awesome. And then Not Like Us became a song that like Got radio
I have
play
heard
and
of
shit.
that song. Yeah,
Yes.
like
It's
it
like
was
a-
big in the
It's
basketball
like
world.
a dance hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've referenced it in the house. I'd be like, that's because they're not like us.
Yeah.
And like, my kids get it.
What's he referencing?
That they're not like us. Like
Who's
they're-
they and who's us?
Drake.
Oh,
They're
okay.
boys. They're bullshit. They're not like us.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kendrick is straight from Compton gang, like legit streets, and Drake was on a fucking Disney kid show.
Yeah,
He's from Canada.
yeah.
So
He's not about that life.
it is valid when you want to point out like you're acting like you're a gangster and you've never even visited that world.
Yeah,
Oh, he's in it now.
he's not really.
No, but I mean, like nowadays, he does have a crew. It gets
He's
more
the,
aggressive, but he's
8 Mile where Eminem bust Papa Doc. He went to a private school.
yeah.
His parents are still together.
Okay,
he
look,
doesn't know anything.
8 Mile is literally based on the back of rap battles.
Yes.
Right.
This is what the movie's about.
Yeah.
And then his rise. Fucking Drake. Is
All right. So hold on. What's the biggest bitch move after you get destroyed by a
Well, didn't he sue him?
There you go.
he's suing him now
Yeah.
Actually, he's suing his own record label.
for
For what?
For promoting Not Like Us too much, for making it a mega hit.
Not for slander, libel, or one of those
for the
things?
defamation.
Defamation, yeah.
But their allegations to support that is, they pushed this out, they marketed it, and then
So he's cutting off his nose to spite his face, basically, by suing his own label.
well, what he's saying is that his contract with that label runs soon. So in his pleadings, he says that they did this on purpose to devalue him, so that way they can re-sign him at a discounted rate.
yeah.
Oh, that's the angle. That's brilliant.
That is kind of brilliant.
That's brilliant because he is. But you know what would?
But
you know-
he's
you know-
he was trending down anyway.
But you know what would make your value go down worse?
Being a little bitch.
The kind of pussy ass bitch
Yeah,
who goes
yeah.
and fucking narcs to the courts.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's not how rap battles end.
Well,
Ask Biggie.
Pretty sure street cred doesn't grow when you bring lawyers into the fold.
Right. And
No.
and the label really
Unless they're representing you because you murder a motherfucker.
Suit up, motherfucker.
Yeah.
We're going to
Yeah.
court.
Yeah.
the record label's like, you know what? We can get a really good deal on pedophilia.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah. He already had it. Like he was already losing some cred because he didn't get the Super Bowl, which he could have.
Yeah.
Like Drake is way more popular than Kendrick if you go back like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Like Kendrick is like a known rapper. Drake is like in every club. He's courtside at everything.
Isn't
Everybody
he
knows
corny
him.
as shit though? Doesn't he
Yes.
get like
yeah. But look, a lot of people like that. There's no denying his songs are catchy as fuck. They're it's just he hits a nice chord that kind of everyone can deal
But
with.
he's also like playing the business game where
Yes.
he's like T Swizzle, where he's like, I'm trying to get
he's
with
a-
everybody.
He's a great business.
He's like, I want everybody to
He
like
puts
my
himself
songs.
out there. He shows himself at all the right places.
Yeah.
He's been very calculated from the jump. And then he stepped into a rap battle with a genuine fucking rapper. And that doesn't
Gangster.
go well.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Kendrick's a gangster. Like, I've never heard anything about Kendrick doing anything bad.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt that
But he's from the streets more so than Drake.
he comes out of Compton. He's been with Dre and he's always been involved in that universe, and he has always been good. But he was plucked for being a talented fucking rapper over here, and people who appreciated rap knew Kendrick and loved Kendrick. Everybody who went to a club knows Drake.
Yeah.
Drake had a way higher profile, did not need to step into this battle, and got his ass kicked. And now he's not in the Super Bowl, and Kendrick is. And now he's suing Kendrick, which gives Kendrick even more credit.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, this thing's hilarious to me to watch because I never thought I would see the day where a rap battle would end in a.
Hey, why'd you do that?
Yeah.
Why'd you say those things?
It's not nice.
You're hurting my chances of re-signing with my label. I mean, if he's that good, he'll get signed or he'll create his own label.
I love that there's a line that Kendrick drops where he's talking about your show in Oakland will be your last show or could be your last show. And they cited in the court case, like, well, Kendrick's from Oakland, and he said that if he goes there, that could be his last show if Drake
Like
goes there.
murder?
Yeah. They cited this. It's in the fucking shit. And Kendrick's from Compton, which is not in Oakland.
Yeah.
Oakland is the Bay Area. So they even got
It's
it
a long
wrong.
way from.
So, like, even in their court proceedings, they said, look at this one. He threatened to kill me if I go to Oakland. That was actually a reference to the fact that Tupac spent a lot of time in Oakland, and Tupac died. And, like, it was actually a lyrical twist on the fact that, like, be careful.
Did I hear that he bought a bunch of tickets too and, like, didn't, or was that a different rap battle?
I don't know. I just
Somebody
think,
bought a bunch of tickets and, like, there were a ton of empty seats, but, like,
oh, I remember. I can't remember who did that, but that was actually brilliant. Like, they bought out all the seats in the front so it would be empty
Yeah.
when the dude came out. Yeah, that's smooth.
But then again, you're still getting paid.
Yeah. But what I like about that whole Oakland slip up is that Drake got beat so bad that he didn't even understand the disses,
Yeah.
because there's actually a Tupac reference and had nothing to do with shooting him in my hometown. It was like, just be careful, because when Tupac went down this road, like, all these people turned on him and killed him.
Yeah.
It was just referencing you don't want to be in a rap battle. And he was like, he threatened to kill me. He's like, no. He's referencing hip hop culture.
So
He doesn't even understand the lyrics that are dissing him.
his
So
weak
now,
ass move is he's got a second weak ass move on top of his first weak
yeah, he
ass
doesn't even
move.
understand the shit. It took the internet going, hey, dummy,
Yeah.
and then explaining it to him. And now he's like, oh, that was a pretty good line. I mean, yeah, Tupac did have some problems when he went back to Oakland.
Yeah.
Like, it's a reference to old rap battles. It's not a threat. The whole thing's hilarious to me.
That is pretty wild.
What a
Guess what? I see how it plays out.
It's going to play out.
Or it
that
sounds
he's-
like it's played out.
he's going to have to back away from this to have any career left.
Yeah. But he should have
Because-
just stayed in his lane, it sounds like.
Canada?
Or making music for suburban,
Yeah, for the clubs.
yeah.
Let people
Club
enjoy.
goers.
You got great beats, great flow, super catchy. Stay in your lane. Go to the NBA games. Sit courtside. Your Toronto
Yeah.
Raptors. Be the guy.
Yeah, he's like the rapper for Taylor Swift fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like
And that's the lane. he should
ancillary hip hop fans, ancillary
Right.
rap fans.
He's the guy that all his stuff's on the radio.
stay. And on TikTok. and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got
People
so
are doing
many.
cute dances to it.
Right.
And he's got so many songs that you can barely name any of them. What this dude is a steady he puts out B level stuff all day long. And it's great. Super catchy. Every once in a while he'll throw an A in there and you go, whoa, I didn't even know he had it in him.
Yeah.
But like all of his stuff is above average and all of it is good. And Kendrick is legit.
Right.
Now Kendrick's in the Super Bowl. Yeah. You know
Good
why,
for
Drake?
him.
Because we're not in the Canadian Football League. If the Argonauts aren't going to win. Should we shut this down, Troy?
Yeah, I think so.
It's an hour and a half.
I
It's
got to
like-
take a leak.
And it's like tomorrow.
Yeah. Let's shut it down.
Ooh, it's late.
Yeah, I'm sure it is late. I saw my alarm went off saying it was my bedtime.
Mine did too.
Yeah, dude. It was like an hour ago.
Get
and it
ready
was
for
like-
bed.
It was like, hey, motherfucker, go to bed. I was like, damn it. If you need a mortgage, Screen Door Mortgage. If you need sunglasses, Nectar Sunglasses. Drop ITPH in the coupon code. If you have a topic, please send them in to insidethepallethouse@gmail.com. Love to hear what
That was a good last topic.
I thought so.
Yeah, who sent that in?
You did.
Oh,
You did.
how about that?
Yeah. It's got to make you feel
Totally
good.
sober.
Yeah. Totally missed it. What? You misinterpreted the lyric. What else we got there?
You just went through those read-throughs so fast.
Yeah, socials, find us. If you got too much money, you can send it on Venmo. I don't know the one. It's like Inside the Pallet.
At Inside the Pallet House.
I'm getting it.
On
I'm
Venmo.
getting it. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
Yeah.
My judgment is so clear.
Objection! Hearsay!
Joy did say, "How are you going to be funny?"
You don't look any different.
Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a sister.
Oh, this motherfucker.